guys are too much, man. You guys are way too much. Cheers. Pinkies up. I said a week. Damn. Oh, that's going down too easy. Cheers to y'all. Clinky. Pinkies up and winky. I love you guys, man. I'm breaking routine right now. Here it is, 3:18 a.m. 3:18 in the morning. Normally I wouldn't vlog at this time. Well, that's not true. I've done it before. But just get out of the shower. I just got home from work, which I'll get into, I'm sure. Thank you so much for all your questions. I have to address them. See, now I'm in deep now, aren't I? You know. Wow, a lot of good questions too. Forgive the Hugh Hefner house coat, the wet hair. I'm doing this for you guys, for us. Let's do this. I took the video off of my Facebook just so I could address, because I didn't get any questions on Facebook for a change. That's kind of cool. Let's get into it. So let's put me aside for a second. Let's get down to the comments. Wow, you guys are amazing, man. All right, well, we'll start from the bottom and we'll just work our way up. How about that? Okay. Wow, you guys are something else. Oh, I'm so sorry. Everybody's favorite good guy. See, there's something missing there, right? Can't say it anymore. Superman. I think I did it right. Superman. I even wore a Superman t-shirt to work. I feel it. You know why I feel it? Because you guys make me feel it. I think it's awesome. I think you guys are awesome. Alright, before I get into this, because there's a couple of heavy questions in there. Cheers. Pinkies up. Man, I love you guys. This is awesome. I'm so glad I decided to do a Q&A. It's been a while. So, alright, first question comes in from my man, Noah Man. My man. How are you, buddy? Thanks for the question. Noah says, would you rather win $50,000 or have your best friend, well it says beat friend, but I'm pretty sure you meant best friend, win $500,000? Man, that's a tough one. Actually, it's not really that hard. Depends on which best friend. No, just kidding. I'd rather them win the money and see them be happy, you know. At least financially stable, because a lot of my friends have a lot of debt to pay off. I personally don't, thank God. Literally. Thank God. I was pretty smart with money when I was younger. Well, kinda. But I have no debt. I don't even own a credit card. No MasterCard, no Visa, no Lite, no motor car, no luxury. Is that it? No, I mean, I have different beliefs on that. But I'd rather, you know, it's nice to hear good news, you know, especially from people that you love. So I think I'd rather have a best friend win $500,000. Because I like to see people be happy. I like people being positive, you know. I mean, I'd be happy with $1,000 right now, to be honest with you. I don't ask for much. I'm actually that, seriously, like straight up, I'm actually that simple. I don't need much. I don't live that much beyond my means. I don't own a cell phone. You know, I definitely work hard for the money. But no, I'd rather see people happy. If this was me 20 years ago, I'd say I'd like to win more than that, because I was more of a selfish character, I guess. But no, as I got older, I became more humble, and I'm very proud of people that you know, good things happen to. I'm very happy that it happens for them, and it's genuine. It's not some, you know, bullshit term that I use saying I'm happy for you, and you don't really mean it. I actually mean it. So I'd rather see them be happy. So Noah, my man, hopefully, I miss you, by the way. Hopefully that answers your question. Thanks for the question, man. This is great, you guys. Next up, we have Little Miss Sweet Pink Lemon Swirl. My God, you're such a doll. She sent me this big, long... You know what? I'm going to read the whole thing, and I'm going to answer your questions. Why? Because that's what we do. I'm just going to read it. My questions are probably old ones you have answered a million times. Not so much. No, not so much. What is your job is the first one. I'm a cook. I can't go into it because, well, obvious reasons. But not only that, but we're not allowed to talk about it. I said it once in Brother Ted's room. So I'm sorry, Pink, if you didn't see it. I can't say it. I work at a pizza place. I have worked in a pizza place. Even my old job, it was a pizza place. So, I mean, my old job, I can say where I was, Pizza Delight. I was there off and on for most of my adult life, for God's sake. Off and on, though. I work at a pizza place now. Definitely upgraded. I'm getting a heck of a lot more respect for what I do now than what I did. I make more money. But I'm a cook. Recently, I can't really go too far into it, but I've gained more responsibility as one of the main closers. There's 3 of us now. One's a legit supervisor. The next one should be a supervisor, but it's not, but I still treat him as one. They both trained me to close, and now I'm just filling in when they need a day off. So I'm now calling the line. I'm now in charge of shifts. It's pretty mind-blowing, you know. I still don't think I'm qualified enough, but apparently I'm doing okay, you know. Granted, hopefully my bosses are happy with me. And I get along great with my bosses. They gave me the opportunity because people left, and, you know, the turnover rate in restaurants is incredible. You know, obviously people get better jobs and they leave. But anyway, so my job's, I'm a cook. I'm a line cook. Am I ever? And this is why I'm breaking routine right now to answer this the night after I put up the Q&A. You know what I mean? Normally by now I would probably be listening to tunes or snacking away at something. You know, I'm just glad I showered first. Forgive the wet rat look. It happens. But I'm a line cook, and I'm cool with it. You know, it's really heavy work, but you know, it's not something I'm not already used to. It was amplified quite a bit from my last job. I'm doing way more now. I have way more responsibility, but I'm happy with it. So that's what I do. I've done it since December 6th of last year. Broke my ankle January 30th. I was off for 3 months. I came back May 7th. Still doing the same thing. So I'm very thankful to so many different people, you know, that have that much faith in me, because I still don't feel I'm qualified. Maybe I'm just beating myself up, I know, but straight up though, it's all based on experience. Age might have something to do with it. I'm 36, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of 20-somethings that work there, so I just hope that, you know, I just hope I'm respected as a whole. So that's what I do. Kind of hard to really answer that in a short answer, but hopefully that covers it. Miss Pink, my dear. If I was wearing a hat, I'd tip it to you. You are awesome. So, Pink, we're just going to read Pink's comment. This is how it's going to go, because this is what this channel is all about. It's open. It's honest. There you go. What you see is what you get. Is it something you wanted to do, or you just happened to get it and stay in it? That's, good question. You know, what I really want to do, what I always wanted to do since I was younger was, you know, sing for rock bands and make that my full-time job. At one point it was. And it paid the bills quite nice and then some. And, you know, I had money in the bank. That would be the dream. That's something I've always wanted to go after ever since I was a young child, honestly. I'm not saying I'm a good singer. I'm not putting myself over saying, you know, yeah, I sing for rock band now. Now it's more fun than it is paying the bills. I mean, yeah, we get paid and it's awesome, and people like to have us at their establishments or at their parties or whatever. Ideally, my first love was music. Still is my first love. I would love to go back on the road and do that full time, but I don't think Lisa would like that too much, and you know, it's just not realistic anymore, you know, now that I got older. I mean, it could still happen, but you know, this thing's beat up pretty bad, and it's my own fault. So There was a period of time, I've talked about this before, it was like 8 or 9 years in between where I didn't sing at all professionally. I didn't sing for any bands, I didn't fill in for anybody, and I really regret that. I can't remember what ages it was right now offhand, excuse me, but I thought I was going to retire, and I thought that was it, but now I'm getting back into it, and I'm singing covers now, no originals as of yet, and it's back together with the same band, my top of the line, my favorite band to ever sing for. I'm back together with them now. Ideally, I'd love to do that full time, but even with them, because they have kids and some have sets of twins and other kids on top of that, it's just not realistic. I fell into cooking at a young age. Just the fundamentals, I think, when I was a younger teenager, serving coffee and I'm not belittling anything. I'm just saying, where you start from. And just kind of dug it, I love to serve people. It's not something I do now. I'm not out front serving people or tables or anything like that. I'm pretty much locked back in the kitchen, but, I think that's the other dream, though. I'm a people person, obviously. I know, right? But, straight up, though, seriously. I don't know. I just kind of fell into it. I just kind of stuck with it. So I guess, both of your questions in the same sentence, I think I can answer both in the same answer. Whoa. But honestly, sweetie, I just kind of kept going with it, because, singing's not going to pay the bills anymore, so you have to have a full-time job, and cooking is just something I've always done, so I think it's just experience, really, to be honest. I just kind of stick with it. There you go. Thank you for asking me that. Next question is, are you happy living in Canada? Couldn't imagine living anywhere else, I'm not, overtly patriotic as some of my American friends that I know intimately, so I can say that. But I love my country. I love my country. I love exactly where I live in this country. I'm in New Brunswick on the eastern side, the right-hand side of Canada. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. Even in Canada, I couldn't imagine. And I've been all across Canada and stuff, and I've seen and I've experienced and all that stuff. There are a few really cool places that I've been to that I could probably see myself living in, but I always get homesick here because this place is that damn good to live in. It's safer than most. Even though I lost a best friend of mine late last year to a murder, it's the first time I've heard of that in forever. It's a good spot to live. I always pictured raising a family here. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet, but I'm sure there's kids out there of mine that I'm not sure of, and I'm sure I'm going to get 3 or 4 messages saying, well, you know something? Ooh, no. But no, seriously though, I love my country very much, and I recommend it to you too. We've already talked about that. Where else would you live if you had a choice? Damn. That's a really good question. Speaking of me being all over the place, I've always loved Ontario. That's a great spot. Manitoba's kind of cool, and there's going to be difference of opinion, I'm sure. Somebody else that's watching me right now is saying, Manitoba, really? But no, man, the places I've been, that I've stayed for at least a month, you know what I mean? Just doing shows and staying in a hotel and, some good environments. Winnipeg's really cool. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Toronto, Canada, Flav and Danny, shout out to you. I've been to Toronto a couple times and stayed there for, more than a couple weeks, and I always liked it, The Grand Hotel, by the way, Flav, was the first time I was there, man, that was cool. We stayed up in the suite, and it was sweet. But, geez, where else? The southern loop of Ontario I've always liked. And there's going to be a difference of opinion. People are going, why would you say that? Well, to me, my opinion. And since Pink asked the question. But no, the southern loop of Ontario, Hamilton's pretty cool. I really enjoyed Hamilton. Even some places in Quebec, Quebec City's not too bad. Northern New Brunswick, where I'm at right now, Northern Brunswick, like Edmundston or Campbellton, Bathurst is pretty cool. I like Tracadie. Tracadie's pretty neat. Moncton, New Brunswick, which is the next city over from where I'm at, I've lived there before. And, I really like Monkey Town. I don't know, just places like that. I'm just trying to think of others, man. Like, I've seen so many cool things. It's not in Canada, but New York City. New York City, that's a cool spot. That's a cool spot. I really loved it there. Hopefully that answers that part. Do you have siblings? Yes, I do. It's kind of funny. That's a long story too, and I hope this video doesn't go too long and I'm boring you. But I do have a younger half brother. He just turned 19. He's about to turn 20 actually. Who I'm very proud of. I've always called the better brother. His name's Braden. You've seen him in the video before. I think he was in one of them, maybe two, but you've seen him before when me, Scott, and Braden were all in the same, because he was sitting right behind me. I'm really proud of him. He's a good kid. He was raised right, He's got a good head on his shoulders. Football star, that kind of guy. And hard worker. Ladies man, but hey, when you're that age, but at least he's doing it right. He's being safe. And we talk to each other quite often. We're pretty close with each other. I always talk about Scott, Skippy. Scott, I consider a brother, an older brother. I've known the guy for 2 decades now, and he is my brother. But, he's a best friend, but he's my brother first. He's family. I have an older sister. Her name's Betty. Amazing person. Somebody I took after quite well. She's just amazing. One of my favorite people on the planet, and there aren't very many. She's awesome. She's just awesome. Another older brother named Roger. He lives in Ottawa, actually, Ontario. He's a retired RCMP officer after 30 years. He's got a wife and a kid and everything. And I'm not as close as I'd like to be with him, because I hold family very dear to me. That's a different video for a different time, I'm sure. And I don't know if he watches these, but he's the cop, I'm the singer. You guys can figure it out. But no, seriously though, I haven't seen him in a long time. We don't get a chance to talk that often, for whatever reason. I've always tried to reach out, but hey man, life happens. He's doing very well for himself, extremely well. And I'm proud of that, and I love him. So there you go. He was basically an idol to me when I was younger. Big strong male figure, and not that I'm much into the alpha male stuff, but he used to take me on nature walks and stuff. And nature walks, showing me bushes, leaves, different kinds of. He just wanted to spend time with me, and I always thought that was great. So yep, those are the siblings. There's another person I hold very dear to my heart that I consider a sister of mine. Her name's Sarah, who I will get to. She's on the top of the list, actually. Love her to death. Nothing I wouldn't do for her. And, hopefully that answers that part of the question anyway. What else do we have? Who has been your most favorite person you've ever had in your life? Whoa. Ooh. That's a toss-up. It's a narrow list, though. It's not as many as you think. Because I've always said, oh, geez. A couple come to mind. My father, his name was Alan. He died when I was 11. He's my ultimate favorite person ever. He taught me everything he knew. He made sure that I was pretty much set for life, especially when he got sick. That's, again, that's a different story for another day. I take after him quite well, I think. My older sister, Betty, is Dad. I think that's why I hold her so important. And she's another favorite person of mine in my life. There's a guy out there, I don't know if he watches, his name's Sean Burgess, the older Sean Burgess, for those watching me that live here. He's taught me so much. He's like a dad to me. I call him Dad, for God's sakes. I'm trying to watch my language. Singer, mentor, amazing rock singer. Sang for bands throughout most of his life, Took me fishing, took me drinking. I go down to see him when I can. He's still local. He's still here. Definitely a favorite person of mine. Tony Stoneham, another one. Another person that's been a mentor of mine. Somebody that's really showed me the path to keep my head on right on my shoulders, and especially morally. He's always been there for me, and I'd like to think I was always there for him. We've been through a lot together, and I hold him so dear to my heart. I really do. I tell him I love him when I can, and I don't see him as often anymore as I'd like to, but I know he's there. He's a busy guy too, man. Best sound guy I've ever seen in the business, in the music business. He's the sound guy, period, bar none. Nobody can hold his jock. There's nobody. Because I used to work with them, helping them do sound. He was teaching me things here and there. He knows his stuff, man. He's got it down. That's one proud native Canadian guy right there, and I have nothing but love for him. Just trying to think of who else. My drummer, a best friend of mine, who I consider part of my family. His name's Donnie Byers. He's another favorite person of mine in my life. He's an elder also. Just a great guy. Heart in his sleeve. Funnier than I'll get out. He always makes me feel better. When I'm having a really rough day, I just send him a message, and automatically, I start smiling. And he's funny. Nathan Harris, another person in the band too. He's a favorite of mine. And his girlfriend, Naomi. Both amazing people. Salt of the earth. Funny. Just beautiful people, right to the core. And I couldn't imagine my life without them. Geez, there's so many. But yet there's not so many. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. Just off the top of my head right there. But Lisa, another favorite person of mine, not because she's my girlfriend, but because, just for obvious reasons, I won't get into it. Couldn't imagine my life without her. Scott, I already mentioned him. He's another favorite person of mine. There's a few of them, I'm so damn lucky to count on two hands, under two hands, my favorite people on the planet. It's amazing. It's, and we're all in this together. We all treat each other like family. We all know each other somehow. You know what I mean? It's really cool. It's super cool. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But see, the difference is they know that they are favorite people of mine because I tell them. So you've got to be honest enough to their face to let them know that you love them, because I think that that's really important, not only for them to let them know how you feel, but how you feel for yourself to tell them. I think that's it's better to be honest with yourself, I think. I know I sound like a Hallmark card, but whatever. So be it. Cheers. Hopefully that answers that part of it. She says, can be a family member even. The question knows no limits. See, exactly. So, her next question is, how do you keep a positive mind? Oh, my. I think experience, really. And by the way, guys and girls, I haven't really had the time to really mull these over before I came up with this answer portion, so we're doing this on the fly, because I think it's more honest. I've been through such negativity in my life. There's so many people, even now, that are around me. Not the ones that I'm close to, but that, you know, you talk to, and they have their head down, and they're, oh man, you know, life sucks. And to me, that's not a good way to live. I mean, by the grace of God above, you know, and I hate to go there, but, you know, it's honest. It's the real answer. I focus on trying to stay positive. I try to focus on the good things, the better part of life, you know. Most of you already know that. And thank you for indulging me. I can't thank you enough. Positive energy brings back positive results, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Just because I knew the difference, I guess, when I was growing up, because I've had a pretty tough life myself, and just full of negativity. I was negative. You know, ego's a funny thing. Human control's another funny thing. I learned to let go of that. I learned to, you know, be better to myself. Even though I still have hard times taking compliments, but let the record show. But you know, it's a lot better to have a smile on your face than it is to drag somebody else down. You know what I mean? I think that was one of the main factors. It's like, because I knew I was dragging everybody else down with me, and you don't want to be the person responsible for that, because, you know what I mean? Like, that's a tough question. Thank you for that, my love. I'd rather just be positive. I'd rather put a smile on somebody's face. I'd rather entertain them. And full well paying attention to myself, I realize, but I try to, you know, stay positive. It's just something you do. It's, you know, wow, that's a good question. I keep a positive mind now because I think it's just based on experience, like I said previous, because my mind wasn't so positive. So hopefully that answers that question. It's better to smile than it is to be dramatic and just, you know, be manic depressive, you know. And I'm not making fun or making light of anybody that has manic depressive disorder. Been through it, so that's not what I'm saying. Jeez, I mean, isn't it better to feel better than it is to just always be draggy all the time? I think so. And maybe it's my belief system, maybe that's it. No, it is. And because bigger part of that is because of my faith, because I believe faithfully that being positive is the way to be. So hopefully that answers that. Her last question is, what's your star sign? Now, I don't believe in the zodiac. I don't believe in that sort of thing. As I've already said, we've already talked about this before. I don't judge you for anything. You know, beliefs are beliefs, man. I'm a Scorpio. I was born November 18th, 1982. I don't get jealous. I get even these days. I might be the most powerful in the chain, man, but I don't live like that. I don't live with my head up my arse. You know what I mean? I don't really think about that much, because I don't believe in star signs or nothing like that. Now, hold on before you start thinking things. I believe in stars. That's a different video altogether. And I'm pretty sure if I get into that, my YouTube video, or my YouTube channel rather, will be shut down and buried and banned. I do believe in alien life. Trust me on that. I do believe in the paranormal. So, But as far as zodiacs are concerned, I mean, yeah, horoscopes, you know, they're accurate. Well, I know why they are. So, nothing against you, though. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing, and I respect that. So, no judgments. Hopefully that answers the question. Toronto Fire, my buddy Flav. Right on. Question number 1. How many times Excuse me. Let's try this again. Question number 1. How many times in your life have you experienced deja vu? Wow. Too many times to count, Flav. Pretty perceptive. You know, we're talking about spirituality. Excuse me. A lot of times. Especially when you're... For me, it's more intensified, I think, because it's by feel. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like the feeling you've done something before, but you're doing like something specific. You know, it could be anything. I believe in that. I believe in deja vu. Not the fact that we've done it before, but just that familiar feeling like we would have done it before. I believe in that. It's a dimensional thing, man. I've done a lot of studying on that, actually. Thanks for the question. Very many times. Very, very many. Question number 2. Have you ever experienced anything paranormal? Well, see, there you go. Yes, I have. Oh, yes, I have. I can't get into it too far because this channel would be shut down. Ghosts exist. Aliens exist. God exists. Demons exist. Can't get into it. The ghost part, I guess I can. When I was a kid, I've seen a few things, heard a few things. Do I know that alien life exists? Yes. Yes, I do. Solidly, yes. Have I seen one? Yes. Oh, yeah. Can I get into it? No. But ghosts I can get into. I've seen a couple here and there. The house where I grew up in, it has this den, this basement. You know, basically another TV room. You know, dad's chair, sofa. I've seen something that looks like, actually it's kind of funny, something that looks like smoke that's coming off a cigarette just like this. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I've seen, you know, all kinds of that kind of stuff, you know. It's almost like somebody had an ashtray and a cigar sitting in it, like thicker smoke. I've seen a figure like that before. I've seen silhouettes of people. And other people were with me when I saw it, so I know it was real, it was there, because they saw it too. And it wasn't out of the corner of your eye type of thing, it was right in front of your face. I've always grown up to believe that I'm susceptible to see paranormal activity, and after the alien experience, yep, I pretty much confirmed that. It still scares me to this day, but it wasn't anything belligerent. It definitely wasn't positive either, but I mean, you know, I can't get into it. I wish I could. I'll tell you about it someday, Flav, one-on-one. How about that? Face-to-face, not on the phone, because you can't talk about that either. I'm sure I've already been blacklisted for many things that I've looked up or whatever. Oh, yeah, paranormal stuff, I have had my fair share. Things that I know are real, they're real. They're real. At least to me, my opinion. Some physically. Yeah. Hopefully that answers that. I mean, as much as I can. Question number 3, what time in your life did you decide that it's time to settle down? I don't, you know, that's a really good question, man. I don't know exactly, I can't really pinpoint exactly when, but I knew it was earlier on. You know, I grew up a very old soul. I thought my last relationship, I thought I could settle down and, you know, have a wife, have a kid, have the picket fence, the house. And, well, that turned out to be some sort of lie or whatever. You know, I'm built to settle down. I'm built to be a father. I'm built to yada yada. I can't say that without putting myself over, I guess. I'm built for a lot of things when it comes down to settling down, being responsible. It's not if, it's when. That's all. You know, I'm 36, still young, I guess. You know, anything's possible, man. I mean, you're a new father now. You're about to be a new dad. Cheers to that. Yeah, baby. I appreciate the question, though. You know, am I settled down now? Yeah. You know, I got it pretty good. Things happen. But for me personally, I feel settled down. I feel like I'm more calm now, for sure. First of all, Toronto Fire sent me here. Thank you, Flab, for sending Joe over. Nice to meet you, Joe. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the channel. Our channel. You told me that you're a cool guy. Well, matter of opinion, but I respect Flab's opinion, so thank you. I appreciate that. More than you know. Do have one question. At what age did your voice start to change, where you realize that you're singing voice and it's time to join a band? Puberty was a fun period for me. I mean, I'm having a hard enough time just speaking now. I got to rattle. I'd say about 12-ish, 13-ish, I think, is when it cracked, right? But then people picked me up, and we want to do a band thing. They want to do a band thing, so I just kind of went from there. It's short and sweet. By the way, I just subscribed. Thank you, Joe. Nice to meet you, Mr. Corrado. I hope I hope I pronounced your last name the right way. Yo, Joe. What's up? There she is, Sarah Shannon. Ugh, my sister. One of my favorite people on this frickin' planet. It's hard not to, you know what I mean? It's just hard not to. I have no significant questions, so mine is, when are you free for tying Sarah night? Not soon enough. Not soon enough. Look at me, dear. I love you. Not soon enough. I miss you to death. You've all seen her before. She's in a video with me. You know who Sarah is. She's in my live videos too. She types in. I couldn't imagine my life without you, Sarah. I love you so much. Felt like I should ask something. Haha, love you. I love you more. I love you way more. You, my dear, helped define me. For sure. You are, man, oh, I just wish you guys could personally, face-to-face meet Sarah. She's amazing. Amazing. Huge fan, gotta tell you. Known her a long time. And she always stuck by me. Don't know why you do that to yourself. But you guys are amazing, man. That's the end of the questions for now. This is the night after. I'm breaking routine to answer them, man. I look like a wet rat. But listen, man, I'm going to go enjoy my little Wobble Pops. And I really want to thank you guys for everything. I love you so much. Thank you for all the questions. Nice to meet you, Joe. Pink, thank you so much for all those lovely questions, my dear. There'll be more coming soon. I've got a video coming up here very shortly. I really want to thank you guys for watching, subscribing. Thank you. I'm not much of a numbers guy. I mean, anybody else here could tell you that, Joe. Like, subscribe, like. I just do this because it's fun. It's a hobby. I really enjoy doing it. Anyways, on that note, it's late. I'm out of here. I really want to thank you. I love you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, if you're working too hard, I love you. You're doing it wrong. Everybody's favorite good guy, Superman.